So I came to the top of the mountain. The view is mostly blocked. There's a Telstra building, well, a Telstra construction site here. This is so peaceful. You know, one thing I've noticed is that the more you progress in life, the more you lose friends that you used to have. I have a friend who he works to travel. He works a lot. He works like up to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. He has a surplus of income, more than he needs. So he does both international and domestic travel. California is huge. It takes a long time to go from point A to point B. But he'll easily drive to San Diego from San Francisco, or go from San Francisco to the Sequoia National Forest or Yosemite. He travels a lot domestically. He's seen a lot of California. He's living the dream, but I'm pretty sure he's not as content as he should be. But he wants to travel more. He's invited me to many places, and I've invited him to many places. But we weren't interested in the places we were going to. But he said he'll visit me in Australia, coming to Sydney. When I go to Sydney. And it changes. For example, I have a brother who is in a different financial situation than I am. He, for the most part, he didn't have a car, and he would get angry because I wouldn't visit him after visiting him for a year and him not visiting me once. He went ballistics because I told him, you should visit me, I'll be at my dad's house. And I told him something like, at 30 years old, you should, at almost 30, it was like 27, I told him, at our age, we shouldn't be asking to borrow a car. We should be old enough to own a car. And he said, not everybody subscribes to that philosophy. Meanwhile, at that time, I had enough resources to buy many cars, brand new cars with 0 miles. And he couldn't even afford one pre-owned car, like a $15,000 vehicle, without going broke and in debt. But I am correct. At 27 years old, 28 years old, somebody should be able to afford a car in cash. Because you've had plenty of time to save the money. At that age, it's almost 10 years of somebody working, and they had a full-time job. They should have made at least $300,000 in those 10 years. As time goes by, relationships change. I have no relative that I know of that can afford to travel as extensively as I can because of the way they manage their finances. What I want to do, they can't do. I can easily book a flight to anywhere in the world and stay in a hotel. Probably not the most luxurious hotel, but nevertheless, it's a hotel. I understand these things. I even have relatives that understand and they don't do it, but they don't deny it. Such as, I have a relative who was around my weight. And I told them that if you associate yourself with morbidly obese people, you're more likely to become obese. I'm slightly overweight, but I'm far from being morbidly obese. And he became morbidly obese, and he didn't deny it. He knows the truth. If you want to come to Australia, you should do it. If you want to come here on the working holiday visa, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. If I'm still alive 30 years from now, I'm going to be like, wow, I can't believe we traveled so much. And I think I was going to be kind of old because I was going to come out here when I was 29. But then when I got here, I saw that there's other people that are like my age or older. Even though I'm 30, people tell me I look like I'm 26. Maybe because I'm kind of like Russians. They don't smile. They're serious. And smiling creates wrinkles. I have a cousin who was about 18, 19. He smiles a lot, but he had more wrinkles than I did when I was 23, 24. He thought I was like fucking 19, 20. Maybe also because of the way I dressed. Like rock band shirts. Stuff like that. But if you acquire the cojones, then yeah, maybe you should travel. But to the women that are afraid of being a victim of violence, remember, men are more likely to be a victim of violence. Women are actually victimized less. But when a woman is victimized, she's going to get sexually victimized at a higher rate than a man will. And if a man is sexually victimized, he just thinks it's badass and he shows out to his friends, like I had once in my life, because we're different. Men and women are different. If somebody tells you differently, that's not true. Men and women physically are built different. Now, sure, there might be a rare woman that, works out and can beat the average man, but on average, most men, if they had to, they're easily stronger and can overpower a woman, but you shouldn't do that. Be a gentleman. But even, I believe it's the femur bone, it's different in women. There's this bone that I think also is only in women, or in the way it is shaped. It's different in women. I'm making my way down the mountain now.